Coming up on Cedar Falls City News, the city prepares for a possible flu pandemic. The Bike Patrol tests their agility, and some fifth graders learn what Al Capone has to do with dirty laundry. Cedar Falls City News starts now. Hello and welcome to Cedar Falls City News. I'm John Bloomberg. Our goal is to keep you up to date with city projects and programs so that you, the citizens of Cedar Falls, are better informed. We'll also have human interest features so you can get to know the people who run your city a little better. First off today, we want to talk about the H1N1 Flu Virus that is spreading across the United States. The city of Cedar Falls has a plan of action in the event of a flu pandemic. It was written after the bird flu outbreak a few years ago. It consists of different stages of action based on where the flu has been detected. And City Attorney Susan Stout says the plan emphasizes working with other agencies and organizations in the event that there is a flu pandemic.
The city must focus upon the priorities of emergency response, maintaining essential services, and providing continuity of city government. At this stage, the city is focusing our attention upon education and prevention, which means educating our city employees and ensuring the public is directed to correct sources for information, which is the CDC and the Iowa Department of Public Health.
And here is some information about the H1N1 flu virus from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control. The symptoms are similar to the symptoms of regular flu and include fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, headache, chills, and fatigue. Flu viruses are spread mainly from person to person through coughing or sneezing. Sometimes people can become infected by touching something with flu viruses on it and then touching their mouth or nose. Infected people may be able to infect others beginning one day before symptoms develop and up to 7 or more days after becoming sick. That means you may be able to pass on the flu to someone else before you even know you're sick, as well as while you are sick. There is no vaccine available right now for this flu virus. The most important thing you can do to help prevent yourself from getting the flu virus is to wash your hands. Alcohol-based hand cleaners are also effective. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze and throw the tissue in the trash after you use it. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth because germs are spread this way. And if you do feel sick, stay home from work or school to avoid infecting others. Try to stay in good general health, get plenty of sleep, be physically active, manage your stress, drink plenty of fluids, and eat nutritious foods. For more information, you can visit the websites of the CDC or the Iowa Department of Public Health. There are many occasions in Cedar Falls where police officers are needed, but because of large crowds or terrain, perhaps a squad car can't be used. That's where the Cedar Falls Bike Patrol Unit can be a helpful tool. This past week, the police department's Bike Patrol Unit held a series of training and certification classes. This is out at Prairie Lakes Park. The Bike Patrol Unit consists of full-time police officers who volunteer for the position and then go through a selection process. On this day, some of the officers' skills in bike handling were tested, such as balance, slow speed movement through crowds, and also high-speed braking. You'll see the Bike Patrol this summer at a lot of events like Sturgis Falls and the College Hill Arts Festival. The bikes give the officers a chance for more contact with the community.
We get to interact with the citizens in a different manner than citizens are usually normally used to encountering police officers. It's great as far as showing some different bike handling and bike safety skills to youngsters and showing them some proper ways to ride and to be safe on their bicycle. And we get to interact with the community in ways that it's fun for the officers too. It's a very enjoyable experience for all the officers who have gone through the bike training. If you do see the bike officers out on the street, we love meeting different people. We love interacting with the community, so feel free to come up and talk to us. We try to answer a lot of questions, and if you have some concerns or something that you have a particular inquiry about, feel free to talk to us.
The officers ride 24-speed mountain bikes with emergency lights. They also have an equipment bag which contains a first aid kit, among other things. This week, the Bike Patrol officers were also trained on physical condition, nutrition, bike laws, and bike maintenance. An industrial park in the northern part of Cedar Falls is closer to development. This is the site for the new park on Leversea Road, just north of Lincoln Street. It is located between Highway 218 on the west and the Waterloo Municipal Airport on the east. The railroad also runs right next to the site of the park. At their last meeting, the Cedar Falls City Council approved an agreement with AECom of Waterloo to design and begin work on the site. The city would like grading to be done this year, with infrastructure and utility work to begin in 2010. The site is a little more than 100 acres. Work is scheduled to begin on this year's portion of the reconstruction of University Avenue. This will be the third year for the project, completed in different stages. This year, the project involves work on the area at the intersection of University Avenue and Main Street, including a small portion of Main Street itself. Work will begin on Monday, May 4th, when the inside eastbound and westbound lanes of University Avenue will be closed from Main Street east to the Dry Run Creek Bridge and the inside northbound and southbound lanes of Main Street from University Avenue north 250 feet. The lanes are being closed to construct median crossovers at the east end of University Avenue and the north end of Main Street. And once this work is done, a full road closure of the eastbound lanes of University Avenue just east of Tremont Street to 250 feet east of Main Street, and the Main Street and southbound lanes from University Avenue to 250 feet north. The full road closure is scheduled for Monday, May 11th. Through traffic will be maintained on University Avenue by using the existing westbound lanes, and through traffic will also be maintained on Main Street by using the existing northbound lanes. The intersection will be reconstructed in two stages, with half of the intersection open to through traffic at all times. This half of the project is expected to take about 12 weeks, depending on the weather. Well, imagine one of the most famous gangsters of all time washing your clothes. It really happened in the 1930s at Alcatraz, and some Cedar Falls fifth graders have been learning all about it. The author of the book, Al Capone Does My Shirts, Jennifer Choldenko, came to the Cedar Falls Public Library to visit the students this past week. She came as part of the Cedar Valley Youth Reads program. Her book takes place on Alcatraz in 1935, and it tells the story of the son of one of the guards who worked there. The story is fiction, but it includes a lot of historical facts, such as the fact that prisoners on the island did the laundry for the families of the people who worked there. The book came out in 2004 and won the Newbery Honor in 2005. She visits with children all over the country and talks about Alcatraz and how she put the book together.
I think every time I speak, my goal is to communicate how much fun it is to write. I love to write. I just think it's a blast. It is such a privilege. And so I know that I got that in part from my father, who also loved to write. It wasn't his profession, but he would come home from work and sit down at the typewriter and really just, I knew that he was in heaven. And so I like to communicate that to kids. I like to be a role model that writing is really fun. I think that books give you a peek into the broader world, and most kids in Iowa aren't thinking about Alcatraz Island, but that is my hope, that I can give each kid a peek into a different world and open up their world that way.
Jennifer Choldenko has had 7 books published. She is from San Francisco and spent the week in the Cedar Valley and met with about 1,200 fifth graders in Cedar Falls and Waterloo. This is the 5th year for the Cedar Valley Youth Reads program. The end of the school year at the University of Northern Iowa means many students will be leaving Cedar Falls for the summer. And if you are one of those students, you've probably collected a lot of stuff throughout the year that you need to get rid of. There's a group on campus called Creating a Responsible Environment, or CARE, and they are hosting a UNI Panther Pickup during finals week for donating, recycling, and disposal opportunities. St. Vincent de Paul, Goodwill Industries, and the Salvation Army will have 5 trucks on campus located at the east and west sides of Redeker Center, Commons Circle, Towers, and Roth from 1 to 4 p.m. Wednesday, May 6th through Friday, May 8th. They will accept donations of clothing, dishes, furniture, and other household items. Agency staff will be on hand to determine whether or not they can accept certain items. Metal items not accepted at those locations can be recycled by dropping them off by the Bridge Lounge between Ryder and Scholl at Redeker Center and also north of Towers Center, Saturday, May 2nd through Friday, May 8th. This can include damaged metal futon frames, metal lamps with the bulbs removed, bike frames, silverware, wires, or cables. The Cedar Falls Public Works Department will also be collecting items for disposal placed curbside on a call-in basis. To schedule a pickup, please call the department at 273-8629 between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Most items will be collected for no fee, but there is a $5 fee for computers and a $7.50 fee for appliances. A book donation to help students in other countries will also be part of the event. Beginning May 4th through May 8th, Dewey's Pawn Shop, located at 2002 College Street, and University Book and Supply, located at 1009 West 23rd Street, will be collecting gently used books and textbooks for two different programs, Books for Africa and Bridge to Asia. Donations will be accepted during regular business hours. If you are interested in volunteering or have any other questions, you can contact Susan Salterberg with the UNI Center for Energy and Environmental Education at salterberg@uni.edu, and she asks that you please put Panther Pickup as the subject line. Summer passes to the Falls Aquatic Center are now available. You can buy a pass at the Cedar Falls Recreation Center through May 24th. Passes can be purchased for families, adults, seniors, and youth. Senior passes are available to anyone age 65 and up, and youth passes can be bought for anyone age 17 or younger. Passes for indoor lap pools for the summer season can also be purchased. As you can see, there are different rates for Cedar Falls residents and non-residents. The Falls Aquatic Center is scheduled to open for the season on May 23rd, which is the beginning of the Memorial Day weekend. And that's all for this edition of Cedar Falls City News. I'm John Bloomberg. Thank you for watching.